Welcome to the John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Clouser. This is episode 215 of this great and wonderful show. Oh my God, I am so excited for this episode because you guys don't understand. So I've told you before, I started doing podcasting long time ago in a galaxy so far, far away. And back then, podcasting was like this new platform. It was this new thing that everyone was trying to do. No one really knew what it was. Like, if you would have told me that like podcasting would have blown up to what it is now, I would have been like, what the fuck? Because I remember when I got a iPod. You remember guys when you remember iPods? iPods were the greatest things ever. Like the screen, it was a white piece of metal, and it had like the spinning knob, and that controlled like your up and down, and then you click the middle button to get at the song or the band, and then the song, or the playlist and then the song, and then you use a little dial again to make it louder or quieter. It was a great thing. It just had earphones. If that thing was wireless, think of that. But it's like, John, it's called an iPhone. Okay, all right. But anyway, so remember back on those things that they used to have, like your music, like it was like music playlists and like iPod or like podcasts, or like in like the playlist, like suggestions things that had like a thing for podcasts. And I was like, what the fuck's a podcast? Little did I know that I would eventually one day be not a pioneer, but involved in the beginning stages of it. I would say I was an early investor, and even though I had no fucking clue what it was, I had no clue. I got hired as a podcast sound engineer, and I had no idea what fucking podcasting was until my first day at work, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not too difficult. Well, anyway, when I first started doing podcasting, one of the big things, because, it was the new platforms, the new things, like even when, surprisingly, what you don't know is when it comes to mostly all art, like when it comes to like performance art, talking, most likely those people have, it's not off the cuff. It is all, this bullshit, and this is reason why it's not as good. But a professional thing would have like a list of things. Even I do. I even have a list of things I talk about, but those are just there. But I just try to riff. I try to like just talk, and it is what it is. But anyway, this is all leading to something, so don't worry, y'all. You're like, well, this isn't making very much sense either. So, what we do before we record and film, we would have you can go and leave. You can go. You want me to open the door for you? She's such a turd. So, Lola, she's in the room. I don't know what she wants me to do. And so before we would record, we would have like just like a list of things we would talk about. This is the rubric that we'd want to film on, or like this is the structure we want to do it. These are the subject matter. I don't know what you want, Lola. I don't know what you want. You have to just be chill for the next 25 minutes, and then we can hang out. It literally is like 25 minutes, like less than 25 minutes, Lola. I know. She does not want me to pet her or anything like that. It's hilarious. I think she might want to go potty. But anyway, so all of this, so we would sit down, we would talk. We'd all have an understanding, so I would understand what they're going to talk about. So just in case if like they go off on a large tangent, I can be like, hey, let's bring it back to such and such thing. We're all on the same page. Anyway, so when I started doing this podcast, then I started doing like Beer and Friendship Show with Aaron, and that there was a structure to that, and like it really was. We would usually have like another comedian on. It was him and I with another comedian. we'd talk a little bit about comedy. Then I would like talk about some sort of like, current events. And then after that, we would talk about sports. And then after that, we would then do like misconnections. And, it was just like kind of a fun little thing, but it was like a structured platform every time. And when I started doing this solo one, I was like, I just want to I just want to talk, because really the reason why I wanted to do this was because I thought I had CTE and I was like stuttering a lot. And sometimes I stutter, but I think it's only because I'm hungry or I'm tired. And so I just, so I started doing this to make myself think off the cuff, because I'm like, if I do this like every time and I make this a coherent thing or a coherent project consistently, then what it's going to do is going to at least help my brain. And I figure it's kind of like, doing chess or, like doing crossword puzzles, something like that. It's stimulating the brain, and your brain doesn't get rigor mortis. That's the real reason why I started doing this. And yeah, it's film related wise, and that helps. And here comes the dog with the toy, and she wants to play. She has no idea that I'm like filming right now. Lola, I'm doing something. I know, sweetie. I know you want to play. I know you do. Not right now. I know. She doesn't know. She doesn't. She's such a sweet dog. She's nothing but love. That's what's so funny. You hear that? That was the toy. She's yeah, you'd think she'd be tired after a 2.5 mile WALK today, but no, she's not. She's nothing but a ball of energy. She's 12 pounds of energy. She's a great dog, though. Great dog. But anyway, so the reason why I'm saying all this is because I have submitted to the idea that maybe I just need to have some sort of structure. Maybe I need to have it, and it'd just be more fun. It would be a lot easier if, truthfully, it's so much easier when you have like a structure and you just go based upon that and you just do. And the thing is, like, when you start doing that, it's doing a twofer. I'm working on my brain, but I'm also working on trying to be more precise with my timing and my work, stuff like that. Because like I have like 30 minutes. Like, do I really need to talk for 30 minutes straight? Or like, why don't I just do a bunch of dumb, stupid, silly stuff? Like, I have 2 computers in front of me. I have one here. I have one here. I have a camera in front of me. I have lights. All this stuff. So it's like, why don't I just do that instead? Why don't I just work on that instead? How about that? Why don't I just work on taking a step in a productive manner, and having like, so I'm going to have videos, hopefully, if I don't just overtalk my time and use up my time. But anyway, so how about that? I kind of ate up into my what's up time and my little thing. But so something that I've recently been thinking about a lot lately. So when I was younger, so this was like during the same time when I was out in the LA and I was doing like podcasting stuff, film stuff, going to film school. It was a very, very interesting time in my life. It was young. I was young, growing up. I was like, I wouldn't say I was rebelling, but I was trying. What you do when you're in your, early 20s is that you're trying to find yourself, and you don't really find yourself, and you find your voice. It's much like filmmaking. I think your social voice, or your voice in your head, and your moral voice. That's the better way of putting it. Your moral voice. You don't learn all that until, probably, at least for me, it's been more my between ages 33 and 35, and I'm still a fucking moron, absolute fucking moron. I just have better looking clothes now. That's really the only fucking difference. It's just silly. A lot more shoes than I need, and shoes. But what I've been thinking a lot of is so there was a time when I was working in Pasadena, California, which is a story all in itself of how I even got out to Pasadena, California to do stuff. At that time, I would work for a film company, and I would help set up lights in the morning. So I'd get there at, 5, 6 in the morning, set up lights for film production. And then I wasn't a part of any of the film crew. I was just the lighting crew, like the grip crew. I had some time to kill, so I'd go and I'd just walk around. I would walk around, and then you come back in the afternoon, you break all the shit down, and then you'd be done. That was my job. It was basically, it was like a weird warehouse / grip film job. Great health insurance. It was an awesome, great health insurance, awesome job. And while doing that job, like I was like, just interested in life, like, you're going to film school, they're always telling you like, you need to find your voice. And so I'm like, okay. And I'm like, not even just trying to find my voice. I feel like I was just trying to find myself and something to believe in. Cause like, I've always felt like when I was then, like now I'm older, I've grown up, I'm more mature. I've found myself now better. And what was so funny was that like back then, you're just trying to find like what you can believe in, what you cannot, what you don't want to believe in, what you don't want to be, who you want to be, that kind of thing. And so I went to this Church of Scientology because I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, with a complete open mind. I mean, like, open up to the mind. I'm like, if they would have pitched me well enough, I would have totally bought in on it. Totally would have bought in. I went in, and I mean, they just read me, and they were just like, no, we are good. We're good. So, people talk about how they're stupid and they're dumb. And, they're just like, it's like, it's because, you like might like lock your keys in your car. But I'm the kind of dumb that a cult will see me and be like, yeah, we're good. No. Does anyone want him? No, because he's going to probably make us try to listen to his podcast or something. So, like, we don't want him around. So, that is insane to me. I walked out of it because, like, they just like, hey, just watch this video. I'm like, but I want to talk to someone. They're like, yeah. And then someone else would walk by. I'm like, hey, like, I would love to be able to talk about this and, see, like, what you believe in, why you believe in this. And they're just like, yeah, cool. And they just walk away. Like, no one would interact with me. And it's just the funniest thing. And then, come to find out, all this other stuff, whatever, allegedly, whatever. I don't give a shit what all that stuff is. That's not my business. I don't give a shit. I'm just like, huh. Could have been part of that. My name could have been like next to that, but it's not. And the reason why is because they looked at me and was like, this man is a goddamn moron. And we don't want anything like that around here. So, I think about that a lot. Like, because, some people talk about all the time, like, how dumb they are. And I'm like, yeah, but, man, Scientology could have had me, man. They could have totally had me, but they just were like, nah, nope. Nothing's like being rejected by, like, your biological mother and by a cult. Story of a kid who gets adopted, right? Story of a dude who gets adopted. Crazy life. I think it's so fucking funny. So funny. So, but yeah, so that I don't know. That's kind of like the time. So not the time, but I don't know. Like I'm still trying to figure out a good way of you're really seeing like the bumps and bruises of me trying to find like a new kind of system for this podcast. I just want to make it more interesting. So one of the cool things is if you don't follow me, you should follow me on Instagram. If not for anything, because I don't really post much, it's mostly for my stories. I think I post great stories. I think I take you on a great journey. I take you up, down, and all over the place. It's like how I used to do it, and how I used to look at it was that. How I used to look at it was like, look at it like the Sunday paper, John. Start off like maybe some news, then like maybe some funnies, and then like pitch a little bit of like what you really are promoting, your podcast, whatever you have. And then like talk about football because I love football. So I always just talk about sports at the very end, but the only sport I really give a shit about is football. So here we are. Yeah. So when I'm so the and I'm so goddamn off track now. So anyway, so when I was doing this, so I was like, okay, even with that, I was like, okay, memes, football, promote, whatever. And I'm like, you know what I should do is I should start showing videos. So the thing is, like, I have a shit ton of videos, and I've tried doing this before. And the reason why I stopped doing it was because I did a video, and I don't know how it did, but I guess it got brought up onto someone else's YouTube thing. And what it was a video of these two guys who had put a bunch of cement in the back of a goddamn El Camino and had this, and cemented this. It was like an automatic revolving shotgun on the back of it. And I'm like, it's just incredibly meth behavior, you know? Oh man, what is it? South Carolina beat North Carolina State 78-59. Well, I figured that was a women's game. We still have the Iowa game. Football. I mean, not football. Women's basketball. Fun shit. But so I was like, and it alerted onto their thing, and they reported a copyright. Which is fair because I called them meth heads. I would have done the same thing but you know, that's kind of methy behavior anyway. And so because of that, I got a strike on my YouTube page, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I only have 2 more. I do really well. I've learned that I have a face that people want to punch, and I've just accepted it for that, because I'll post some of the dumbest shit on these platforms, and they get so angry. And it's like, you know, you're spreading false information. Like, no one thinks that this is real. No one thinks this. Like, today I posted something. It was like LeBron James didn't talk to his youngest son for like 4 weeks because he beat him in a game of Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. And it's stupid. It's fake news, and it's funny. It's just supposed to be stupid. It's just supposed to be dumb, and they take it as fucking serious. And I'm like, good fucking God, you dipshits! Like, you guys are fucking stupid, fucking dumb. And then you try to like be like, hey, this isn't thing. This isn't a real thing. Like, this isn't real. And then like you can't contact anyone. You can't talk to anyone because it's all fucking stupid. And this is another prime example is why I try to tell people, it's like, social media isn't real. The thing isn't real. That's the reason why I'm just like, because it isn't real. It's not real. It's not a real thing. It's not a real fucking thing. It will never be a real thing. And because of that, that's the prime example. It's like, they don't even want to help you. It's like, we just live in this fucking stupid ass fucking world, and it's a goddamn simulation, most likely. I don't really believe that. I just think it's funny to say it. I just think it's funny as hell to say. It's like, yeah, you know what? This whole thing is a goddamn simulation, I guess. That's a whole thing that we need to talk about. I should do an episode on simulation theory. Simulation theory. You can't read my handwriting at all. But yeah, so I have all these videos, and so I thought this would be the next thing that we would do. One of our next segment. I just don't know how to segue into these things, so we'll just do it. And so eventually we'll start off simple, and then we'll get more and more advanced as it is.
That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a...
So what's funny about that video is, like, I get it. I think it's funny. I really do. You know what? I totally did them out of order. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do this. 1-4. And then it moves it up. So, I'm so dumb. See, again, you're seeing like the workings, the inner workings of a podcast. I really want to sometime I want to take a picture of what I see. Like, I want to do a side by side of like, this is what you see, and I'm like, this is what I see, and then have a picture of like my whole studio on the opposite side of the wall, and then just have like some ridiculous like poster of like, in just Photoshop like a ridiculous poster of like two rhinos fucking or something, just to be super juvenile, because that's what my humor is. I've learned, and I'm falling right into it because I don't care, because it's hilarious. I know where I know my stance. I know where I stand. See, unlike these people in this video here who are like, I'm sorry, you shouldn't troll people like that. I understand. There's like, some of it is kind of irritating, but like, that's what you want. That's what you want them to do. You want them to go into a group by themselves and then just talk to themselves, because that's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Instead of being able to vocalize dumb stuff. All right, so we'll go to the next video. This video actually makes me funny, but I also think it's like a theme of what we're talking about.
I just have a quick question for everyone. How am I expected to lose weight when I'm not used to losing? I stay winning, bitch. What's going on?
And I also really do hope that these are being recorded. I can hear into my earphones, but I also think, I don't know, I hope that these are connecting with the Zoom. We can only hope, right? I just think that one's funny. I just think that's like a funny video. This is like one of those dumb, silly videos I would have posted on Instagram. This next one is for all those church people.
He is exalted, the Lord is exalted on high. I will praise him. He is exalted, the Lord is exalted on.
Those ladies always scared the living shit out of me, because they always hug you. They're always the most huggiest of ladies, and you can always feel their bras. I remember being younger and always having those ladies, like, because my mom would have friends come over to the house from all over, all walks of life, and those ones were always the Jesus ones were always the weird ones, because they would always be like, "Oh, come here, oh, John, you're so adorable, you're so adorable. Oh my God, you look just like David." It's like, I'm adopted, but I don't say anything. I'm like, "Oh, really, huh?" Like, yeah, you look just like him. It's so funny. I just look at my mom. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, your friends are so goddamn dumb. Like, how do they not know that I'm adopted? Like, are they fucking that stupid? It's like, nothing makes me think that you're more dumb than like when I would get compliments on, say, I look like my dad, and I'm like, I'm adopted. I'll never forget one time I went to this ball thing, and the same night I got told that I look like my dad, and I'm like, this guy's fucking stupid. He had the flame, like it looked like a bunch of flowers going down the front of it. The thing. It was like the pirate kind of shirt tucks, those old ones. Yeah, he was wearing one of those. And then the same night, this black girl told me I look cute, and it was a great night. It was a great jux. All right, so let's go to the next one. Next video. This is a great one too. I love this is a theme on these ones.
A salad right now out of a Big Mac. Big Mac and French fry salad. I'm on a health journey, and tonight I'm making a healthy choice. I got this salad maker. This isn't junk food. This is healthy.
Again, it's just, there's stupid videos. I like just showing you. I don't have anything to say. What's better is like showing and then not really saying much about them.
So I'm fat and I got a whole lot of belly, and the jeans don't love going on with the belly, but I saw this other creator try on these shapewear bodysuits right here, and her jeans just went on nice and easy, so I got some. I wanted to see if they worked for me. She's just hiding under the belly right now. Let's see. We're not going to cut this video. She goes on, jeans go on nice and snatched. You guys will see it in real time. Okay, whew, that was actually pretty hard to get on. This isn't a size large, by the way. I'm normally like an XXL, but all the reviews set to size down to get that extra effect. Okay, jeans are up. Good sign. Will they button? Yes. Will they zip? Yes. Okay, wow. This is like a catfish bodysuit. Belly who? The belly is giving Where's Waldo? Where is she? Where is she? But yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. I'll link them to this video. I'm obsessed. And for the record, I don't just look snatched because black is more flattering. The other colors are just as good, if not better. Okay, so I'm fat and I got a whole lot of...
So, okay, this is what I don't understand. Like, get a hobby. This is why you should get a hobby. Like this. As much as stupid as this is, at least I'm trying to do something to make myself better. And then I'm like, hey, if you want to check it out, you can check it out. I'm not just like, hey, I'm fat. John, it's not the same. It's the same. It's like, people are just being people, but it's like, it's so weird that you're choosing this to be your thing. And it's like, so fucking weird to me. It's just, but some people would think like me talking about football all the time is weird. So, hey, same thing, you know? I guess we're kind of to each calzone kind of thing. It's just, you know, I just wish people were more like me. It would be way nicer and be way better, and the world would be so much easier, in my opinion, if like people were just more like me. No, it's not. I shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be like that at all. So, yeah, those are the videos. So I guess we'll just move on to the next thing. What's the next thing I have? So I have like the websites. So this would be the point of the podcast where I'd be like, hey, I have some links to some stuff, and I don't even really remember what I like even put links to. Yeah, I guess we only have like 2 minutes. So actually, that's where I would do it. But I really want to do an advice thing. I thought this was hilarious. So this is on Reddit. I'm 14. I just made my first $20 laying bricks. Should I save it for something in the future? I may want to buy food for my family. Okay, that was a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be. Okay, all right. So. Yeah, that was a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, great. That's awesome. Okay, let's do another one. Grandparents don't let me go outside. I'm 17. I live with my grandparents for 2 years. I'm not allowed to go outside unless I'm with my grandparents. Unless my grandparents want to go somewhere, and then they force me to go with them. They get angry when I ask to go outside, even if it's something simple like the backyard, a family member's house, etc. I'm turning 18 in a month and graduating high school this year, and I'm scared because I don't want to be stuck at home all day, every day for the rest of my life, and I can't move out. Why do my grandparents act like this, and is there anything I can do to get out? Okay, John, you are not... I really need to proofread these a lot better. Okay, anyway, that's kind of like the idea and the gist of it. I have about 30 seconds left, so if you got this far, thank you so much for watching. This is just one of the weirdest goddamn podcasts, but this is the beginning. This is like, basically, think of this as like episode 1 of a brand new series after the first one ended after 214 episodes. It's kind of like Doctor Who. Isn't like Doctor Who kind of like that? How it's like every season's just like there's never an end to it. It's kind of just supposed to be like a continuation, even though it's a different main character. Anyway, I have no idea. I've never watched the show. It's kind of funny how that show kind of died. It used to be a big thing. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys on the next episode. All right, bye.